folks? Dude here. Well, it's been a while since I've done a video that's, well, not not on the camera phone. So I'm going to do something here real quick and dirty and basically just hack it out for you. This is going to be my mini rant about, well, the USPS, also known as the United States Postal Service. They're a bunch of goofballs. I mean, these guys are so far in the hole right now, it is freaking ridiculous. It seems they've got problems, and here's the reason why they're so broke. They actually did something maybe just a little smart, but very short-sighted. They said, we're going to lock in our pension funds before all these people retire. Couple $1 billion later, or some ridiculous amount of fund, and they basically took everything and put it in the bank for later. Okay, now they took all that cash, they put it aside, and now they're basically upside down as hell. They can't get in the black to save their ass. They are so far in the red, it's ridiculous. That means they're broke. Alright, so basically, my little mini rant for Christmas, and, everybody have the merriest of Christmases. May Christ himself come upon you, bless you, and you and your family, and may God shine down upon you all blessings, and all that good stuff like that there. That's about as religious I'm going to get on that one, because there's some people here that are just really not that religious. Excuse the bit part if you're not into God, Jesus, or anything else like that. May you just have good thoughts for the rest of the holiday season. I think that's generic enough not to piss off anybody. Let's roll on from there. Alright, so basically I went on eBay and I bought this Hammer's scope. Did a little bit of research. These things really didn't go cheap when they were made, and it looks like it'd be a pretty cool little, medium power scope with low enough power that you basically could look through the thing, that you're not going to have, like, the one eye looking at something near, and the other one's, like, right in your face, because it's only a power and a half. It's 1.5. It's a half power more than basically looking through a tube. Okay, so basically the status on this guy is, it is bought. Here's the cool part. I snapped this booger up. I'd watched it go. It didn't do anything. Dude basically had the thing not bid on forever. Alright folks, let me go back to where I was saying here. This was my battery dying and having to, refire this sucker up. Okay, so basically dude put the thing on there, 40 bucks, it didn't get bid on. It got put on there a second time, 40 bucks. I put the one bid on there. You can see one bid. I snapped this scope up for 40 bones. Did I ever mention how much this HD camera is a complete and total battery whore? Ugh, it sucks them down like, well, little kids in a candy store. And, so basically, let me jump back down here in size. And I know this is the better monitor, so you guys can crank it up if you want to in terms of size and just, look at it and what have you. These were not cheap scopes when they were originally sold, so I saw this thing and I jumped on it. Basic description, dude basically says used very nice. He's basically got ring marks on it. I think he's missing the front screw on the mount. I'm not worried about it, okay? I believe this thing is a 30mm scope. That's cool stuff. So basically a power and a half with a 30mm scope, even without the best glass, with a 42mm objective, that's going to be pretty bright. I'm thinking that's going to be a pretty good scope, and, even if it's just so-so, it's okay. I can deal with a so-so scope. I'll put it on one of my mid-range ARs, or, I'll play with it, okay? How bad can it be? It's not that bad. I mean, actually, you can take these things, you can have them serviced. Now, in terms of who made the Hammer scopes, I've not been able to verify if it's Chinese or Taiwanese. They're not bad, though. I mean, I've talked to my friend at Precision Shooter, and I think it's Precision Shooter. It's been a while since I've talked to the guy. I may have, bobbled the name, but he basically said it is a repeatable scope, and dude builds one nice AR. So if it's a decent scope for him for the cash, it's something I'm not going to break. Well, anyway, it's really not a tactical scope. I don't intend to take this thing into the zombie incursion in the worst of times where everything's falling apart around me, because I know it's probably going to fail. I'll stick with my irons. I may have this on a side rail. If I need to use it, I'll try it. If it screws up, I'll pitch it. I'm not going to cry. 40 bucks, I'm not that far in the hole. Alright, so basically I bought this sucker, and, I'm just going to open this in another tab here, just to make things easy. And yeah, you are going to see my eBay page. Oh, wow. Oh, whoop, whatever. Scrolling through. Okay, it says estimated delivery. Let me bump this up so you guys can see what I'm doing here. Okay, it says estimated delivery. Let me get back on camera here. Estimated delivery of 12/20 to 1/02. Today's date, December 24th. Alright, so basically I got a tracking number. You click on the tracking number, and stuff pops up to give you, like, some kind of status. it came out of Idaho. I'm trying to remember my state abbreviations there. It came out of Idaho, and it's basically getting shipped. It's down in Capitol Heights, which is really kind of a scuzzy area of PG County. It's right next to the Redskins Stadium. I know there's a lot of people that live down there, and they actually, make a good life for themselves. Lower PG County is just not the best. I mean, anybody that lives in the area, they know of which I speak. You don't go on Suitland Parkway, and you sure don't go close to the southeast, southwest DC line unless you're just, suicidal or you like living in just squalor. Ugh. Well, anyway, so basically I got this tracking information, and I went over here, and we zoomed back up so you guys can see what I'm doing with my clicker. Went up to the USPS site. Boom. Okay, so now I'm on the USPS site. I got my tracking number, and, you know what? This tripod, I think, is not long for the world, because every time I square this thing up, it still looks crooked. I think this tripod's going to go, get an executive trip to the trash can. Alright, so basically I got my tracking number. Expected delivery date is still December 19th. Oh, okay, let's look down here. Was shipping received info, the guy did electronically, was on December 13th. It was accepted, it was dispatched, to this guy's place, from this guy's place in Idaho. It went halfway across the country. It's still in, Denver, Colorado. Had to actually figure out what state Denver's in. Oh, I think I need me another cup of joe. Alright, so then basically, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days later, it winds up down in Capitol Heights. 1 day later, it's still in Capitol Heights, and it's probably now coming to 60 miles north to Baltimore. Maybe. Maybe. Today is Saturday. Today is Christmas Eve, which means I basically get a trip to church, and I go and do Mass, and all the rest of that fun stuff, and family assorted items. Do you really think they're going to be delivering it tomorrow on the day of our Lord? I don't believe so. So basically, I'm boned until probably, that's right, Monday's not happening either because it's a federal holiday. The way the federal government works is basically if the holiday takes place on a Saturday, you get the Friday off. If it takes place on a Sunday, you get the Monday off. USPS is a federal entity. I'm boned again. Oh well, you know what? It's not such a deal breaker. I mean, I really am not that screwed if I don't have this scope hung on my very newest, bestest, gotta play with it gun. Okay, here's another story. There's a reason why I'm looking at tungsten carbide wedding rings. It's because the wedding ring I happen to had, and I do mean past tense, had, was tungsten carbide, and it looked exactly like this. They're not very expensive on eBay, but, it's the thing about somebody hangs it on your finger, it's your wedding band. I lost it. Mrs. Dude's pragmatic statement, and, was pretty much kind of humorous. She's like, well, it's a good thing you lost your ring rather than my ring. And I'm like, $2K later after getting her rings? Yeah, I'm very happy that I lost my under $100 ring, and I basically only have to replace it. We'll redo the vows, and I'll hang it on there, and I'll come up with something better to keep it on my key ring when I'm not using it, because I don't like to drive with my wedding band. It's a little distracting. But anyway, I do actually have the replacements, and party and family stuff. I'll be wearing one of the new ones. Even though all the nicks, dents, and scratches that I put in the original one, and yeah, you can actually scratch the finish on here. You will not hurt the ring, but you will scratch the finish. It had some wear and tear from when I wore it down to Florida to the present to when I lost it, and I'm still a little heartbroken about it, but, it's one of those things. Life goes on. I'm still married. I know better than to, play 18 holes, as it were. Alright, folks, so here today's podcast channel, I'm going to say, as usual, my standard items, and let you guys know what's going on. I know it's been a while since I've done an actual video, but there is other stuff coming down the pike. I grab the camera, and sometimes it's just easier to use the phone versus the camera, because, in the field I can fire this thing up, and I can have a video posted in under 5 minutes. The HD takes work, so that's why I'm actually kind of pretty much doing it pretty much with the camera phone. I know the picture quality and the sound quality sucks, but it does get the point of concept across, and it basically lets you guys know what's going on, and I will be posting towing videos and You know what? I'm going to see if I can't grab, like, you know, the older camera, covered in dust and cat fuzz, because I don't use it as much. I'm probably going to grab this guy and bring this along to work most times, and I'll simply be using this for the videos, and we'll go on from there. This is just easier, I mean, because this sucker just cranks up and puts the videos right on. I'm looking at other sourcing and other items too. I have looked at the iPhone, I have looked at the iPad, and I don't know if I'm really all enthused. I mean, the thing is really kind of cool. I mean, you know, you got Siri on the 4S, and, you know, there's a lot of really cool tech coming out now. And to put it in perspective, my little MV3 is, with Verizon, it's now a prepaid. They don't even let you know, they won't even sell it to you new or refurbished. They say, no, this is a new phone for prepay only, have fun. The only downside is when you get into the serious smartphones, you got to pay that extra $15 a month for excessive bitrate usage. You know what? I'm already paying you assholes about $100 a month per phone. That's enough, okay? I don't need to pay you another $15 on top because of bitrate and online usage. You know, that's like an extra. You know, how do I express this without cussing like a sailor who's had about a case of beer? That's an additional little flick to the nuts that basically says, hi, we've got you where we want you. Well, you know what? I can still do internet with this. It's not quite smart enough to be a true smartphone. It's an okay phone. It's not a smartphone. Mr. Dude says it's a smartphone, but not a smartphone. So, I guess we'll go on from there, and I'll do other stuff in the upcoming year. And trust me, folks, this is not just basically me pooping out, like, you know, a video over once in a blue moon. I do try to do stuff. Been towing my ass off, been busy as all get out. But I don't want to leave you guys hanging, so I will crank out more content in the year to come. So, Merry Christmas and all good times like that there. Keep them in a 10 ring. Eat good, of course, during this holiday season. Oh, I'm going to be chowing down like a big dog. Good times.